Hi, I'm Bulam. I'm here at GITEX 2023 in Dubai. I have a special guest with me, which you might recognize. He's the real Bulam. So let me ask him to introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Boo Lam. I am a community evangelist with F5's Dev Central team.
Alrighty. So we've seen Boo behind the camera asking questions, covering many conferences. I thought this is a good chance for us to put him behind the camera, ask him questions rather than giving him the opportunity to ask questions. So Boo, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Right.
So I knew you as a SE and we were interacting. And then I saw you working in some YouTube videos and explaining the SEs on how the ins and outs of social media. And then I see you as an evangelist. How did that happen?
Oh, that's interesting. So basically what happened was COVID. And so, people might be surprised to know that before that time, I did very little turning my camera on Zoom or anything like that. I was like anti all of that stuff. And then it was one of my former colleagues, actually, Robin Mordashevitz, who was encouraging many of our team mates to turn on their cameras, improve their audio quality, just because it makes it a little bit more pleasant for everybody else on the line. And so I did a little bit of that, but when COVID hit, I was like, oh, I can't go see my customers in person anymore. What am I going to do? I want to stay engaged with them, and we had a user group actually, a user group meeting that was lined up, and we had to unfortunately cancel that. So I'm left with, hey, how do I get this information out to people? And so I took to actually creating videos, sending them to my customers, but I put them on YouTube because I thought, hey, this is a great way to get the videos out there. Everybody can see them, so other people started watching them, not just the folks in the accounts that I covered.
Oh, lovely. That's a good transition, and thank you for that, so that we get to see what other conferences are like. So you interviewed a number of people, and you've even created some contents. There is one specific content that we really like in the region, and that is your explain to me as if I'm a 7-year-old.
Sure. Explain
Now,
like I'm 5.
yeah. So what was the inspiration? Is it from Office by any chance?
Explain like I'm 5 is like, I think it's a term on Reddit, actually. So you can actually ask a question in a subreddit called Explain Like I'm 5. And so people will explain things really simply. Now, this is actually an internal program, so these aren't external videos. However, they manifest themselves into things like Lightboard lessons and Breakboard lessons. And so the same kind of concept is, how do we take a complex subject and boil it down into something that is quick and easy to learn, and in the case of Breakboard lessons, very visual, so we can draw something on there. But I always thought of, from a technology perspective, when before I worked at F5, trying to understand stuff, and there was like a certain bar that you had to know in order to understand stuff, and that was like a barrier for a lot of people. So we're not going to be able to get the best out of others in a high-tech company unless we can make sure that, I'm not saying we need to lower bars, but we need to get people up to that bar so that we can all communicate with each other, whether that's internally or externally. So I think Breakboard lessons do that, and I think internally the programs that I run are helping with that as well, so that we can all communicate and get solutions and out there and get more value out of stuff.
Oh, lovely. Well explained, well explained. Now, a few years back, I would not have imagined I would be talking to an SC who will attend the GITEX in Dubai, right? So, great to see you doing this. But let me ask you this. It would put a pressure on your personal life as well, right? You'll be doing a lot of traveling. Every other day I see a poll on LinkedIn and people guessing where Boo is headed to. How do you manage that?
That's a great question. I'll tell everybody a little bit of a secret here. I don't actually travel as much as people think. Right now, I'm on a little bit of a kick right now, but I actually normally, these shows are like maybe once a month or once every 2 months or so. However, the secret is I post a lot about it. So people think that I'm everywhere all the time because they see me on social media. However, it's not the case. I just have a lot of content that I put out there.
All right, lovely. And final question. You've spent a couple of days here. What's your thoughts about Dubai? What's your thoughts about GITEX and what you saw around?
Yeah, well, first off, thoughts about Dubai. This is like Las Vegas but times 1,000, and very clean and very safe. That's probably the best way that I can describe it. Just everything is very big, flashy so far. Not in a, they're not overdoing it. Well, maybe some parts are overdoing it, like that tower with the big light show on there. That's quite a bit. But yeah, it's just an amazing place. Like it's an experience. Feel very fortunate that I've been able to check it out so far. What was your other question? How would I feel about GITEX?
GITEX 2023.
GITEX is incredible as well. It's kind of on the same, the same angle there. Is that this is enormous. I believe we're in like one of 17 halls. I walked to the other end of the hall, and it took me, without many stops, it took me about 25 minutes to get to the other side there. So if you're already attending other parts of GITEX, I don't think anybody could ever cover all of GITEX in like 4 days. Like it's impossible. But again, really cool to see all of this stuff. Like the booths that we see here, I might see at another show like RSA, and I might see, you can't see it from here, but I'm pointing at a huge booth with lights, and it's multiple stories tall. And you might see a few of those at an RSA, but here it's like every other booth is like that.
Lovely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Boo. Thanks for having us. Thanks for doing it for F5 and the wider community out there. Thank you very much. Boo would explain it in a way better way. I'll try it in my way. Please comment, like, and subscribe to the playlist, and see you at another show in another city. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Hey, you're going to take my job.